Hi.
Hi.
Welcome back to our podcast.
I'm Karin,
And I'm Gloria, and we are Chaos and Company.
where we bring the chaos and you come and watch and you're the company. So we are here today. We are back after we took 1 week off
Yeah.
and then we posted a week late. And then this one is actually going to go up not
Let
this
me
coming
look.
Friday.
Let me look what the date is.
Okay. Because this coming
This
Friday would be Thanksgiving, right? So it would be the next.
December 5th.
Okay.
And that episode, so this episode you're watching is going to be the last episode for the year.
Mm-hmm. For 2025.
So, yeah. So we'll come back next year after the new year. We don't have a date, and that's okay.
We'll just see what we're feeling.
Yeah, we're going to try to, play it by ear, but also when we do come back, we're going to start doing every other week because being a mom is unpredictable sometimes.
All the
And
time.
also being a woman, like you never know what
Mhm.
mood you're going to be in
Yeah.
to get things done.
Correct. Oh, literally. Me today.
Yeah. So, yes, coming back, it's going to be every other week. Still on Friday. You'll just miss us for a week, and that's on you.
Yeah. You'll be fine. There's plenty out there to listen to.
Oh my God. So much.
So much.
Yeah, they're just not as fun as us.
Candace Owens has been posting on Fridays, so you always got that.
Yeah, I have not watched anything from her.
Oh. It's taken some turns I never saw coming, but probably everybody should have seen coming. It all ties in, but yeah, it's just weird. The government hates us. They're against us. But we already knew that because if you haven't looked at your paycheck in a long time, they're taking like 20% of everything you make. So more than that probably. But
yeah, I think they've hated us since they existed. So
yes. And they've never been good people. So
today we're bringing back murder, baby.
Yeah, because I don't know. That's just where we go.
Me and Karin, I think we go back to it because it is something that we truly love. What we don't love about having to talk about murder is how much you have to research and get all this information. And we just don't have the time to do that.
Yeah. And that's part of why, too, we want to give ourselves like a big break in time between each episode is we can research a little better and have more of a game plan when we come and know more of what we're going to sit down and talk about. So we're not just sitting down every week and being like, yeah, I didn't do shit. My life is chaos. Because our lives are chaos, but we want to, we still want to get on here and have meaningful conversations.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's what we're doing. So today we're going to talk about, I don't know if you guys have seen it, but there's a new documentary on Disney or Hulu about Ellen Greenberg, and I believe it's called like Murder in Room 603 or something, or Apartment 603.
Yeah, it's something like that.
So I have a little bit of a, let me find what I did with my, this is what happens. You save everything as a Google Doc and then you're like, where did I put it? Here it is. Ellen
I
Greenberg.
didn't save anything. This morning, I literally got on and I was like, I'm going to look for a whole timeline. And somebody, I'm guessing maybe even her family, have put together a beautiful website.
Yeah. No, her family, like literally day one, were talking to lawyers. Sean and I were laughing because they're super Jewish. And so they, and that's not,
really?
Oh, you can't tell?
No.
Oh man, it's so funny. So they were like, where we grew up, like the police were the good guys. And I'm like, yeah, because you grew up in probably a very traditional Jewish neighborhood in New York, or they live in Philly,
Mm,
but up in the East Coast, typically the Jewish people, and this is real. This is not saying anything bad or any which way about the Jewish people. They
right.
literally just live in colonies. Like you can grow up in New York and in some cities on the East Coast and never leave your Jewish community. Everything is kosher. Everything is Jewish related.
Yeah.
And the police operate differently. Like literally, their police systems can be different. So it was very funny to like see their parents because they were very just traditionally Jewish, and I love to see it.
Yeah.
I actually had a client a few years ago that I did her wedding, and her parents reminded me so much of Ellen's parents, just like so straight to
Yeah.
the point, and like, yeah, we're gonna do what we gotta do. So call me a lawyer. I'm not afraid. Let's go.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, the Ellen Greenberg case, I have heard about it over the years. Like, I didn't know there was a documentary until you said something.
Mhm.
It was January 26, 2011. What I found interesting about the documentary though, I had never heard or seen like her her friends talk about it. So it was even
Mhm.
funny just like the principal being like, "Oh, here she comes again. She's crazy talking to me about grades." And
Yeah.
my mom is a teacher, and I used to work with teachers, used to work in a school, so it's so relatable because yeah, you're always trying to track down somebody and talk to them about something you're having to do. And I'm sure
Yeah.
she was just so stressed. And it was a snow day they didn't anticipate, so they're having to go home.
Yeah.
um and then one of her friends said she called her while she was on the phone with the principal, and so that friend didn't answer, and that like
Oh,
sticks with
okay.
her. She's like, I maybe she was calling for a reason, or that would have been the last time
Yeah.
I talked to her type thing. Um, and it's just so crazy. But so I have a little bit of a background. So it was January 26, 2011, during a massive blizzard in Philadelphia. Ellen Greenberg was a 27-year-old first grade teacher. She's found dead on her kitchen floor by her fiance, Sam Goldberg. He's also Jewish. They did talk about that in the documentary. Um, Here's the crazy thing, and we'll put up a picture. 20 stab wounds. So
Mhm.
they did say in the documentary, the police on scene came in, saw her, and were like, oh, she stabbed herself, and wrote down on their reports suicide. But they didn't see that she had 20, and I think it was later identified as 23 stab wounds, including
Wow.
10 to the back of her head and neck, and a 10-inch knife sticking out of her chest,
Mhm.
which that um the thing that makes this case absolutely insane is it is ruled a suicide. And what I didn't
Mhm.
know until I watched the documentary was it was ruled a suicide by the police, but it
Yeah.
was ruled a homicide by the medical examiner because
Mhm.
duh, there's 20 stab wounds.
Yeah, and then I think they had another medical examiner, or they had a medical examiner, like, the same one, look over it again or something, and then I think it was ruled undetermined and then changed again to suicide.
Yeah, so I have some notes about that. Well, and what's crazy is no one can really figure out why it was. Medical examiners are completely separate from the police. And the reason
Right.
is there are checks and balance, right? So you're supposed to be able to be like, okay, the police rule that it's this on their investigation, and the
Mhm.
medical examiner rules it's this on their investigation. And if you come
Right.
together and they align, then that's important.
That's what it is. Yeah.
Yes. Um, the rule is you're supposed to investigate every crime regardless of what it is. Murder,
Right.
suicide, homicide, whatever the different terms are. Accident. You're supposed to look at it as if it's a homicide so that you
Right.
collect the evidence and you preserve the scene and you do the
Mhm.
things you're supposed to do. And that just did not get done here because these cops
Yeah.
were so sure that her one stab wound to the chest was her her death. I don't know. Was
Yeah.
what happened. Um I don't know. It's just so
Which is
wild.
weird too because for me, I see a stab wound and I go, "Oh, that's murder."
Oh, 100%.
I'm not looking at somebody that was stabbed even once and saying, "Oh, they must have stabbed themselves."
Well, and I encourage everyone to we'll post the website, but also go to watch the documentary.
Mhm.
I have never seen the crime scene photos before, so I've listened to all this case information. I've never seen it before. It looks like there was a fight to me.
Yes. To me too.
So what happened is Sam was home. Ellen was also home because snow day. Sam's like,
Mhm.
I'm gonna go to the gym. Yeah, bro. She's like, cool. Peace. And he goes to the gym, comes back up to the apartment. Apartment is locked and he can't get in.
Mhm.
So he goes back down and he's like, hey, I need to get into my apartment. And concierge is like, sorry, bro. I'll call your girlfriend for you. Uh,
Yeah.
he does this a couple times where he goes up to the room, comes down, goes up to the room, comes down. Finally, he tells the concierge guy, I'm going to bust the door down. And the
Yeah.
concierge guy is like,
I
whatevs.
can't help with that. Well, he says
Right.
I can't help with that. It's against policy or whatever.
Correct.
I have a whole timeline if you want me to go through it.
Yeah, you can.
Like of her day.
Okay.
So this website is crimetimelines.com
Hmm.
slash Ellen Greenberg. So it says January 26th, 2011, 7 a.m. Ellen spoke to her mother. 12 p.m. Ellen received a text from a friend. Yeah, you are getting out early, and replied with thank goodness. 1:15 p.m. Ellen Greenberg left her job early as schools closed due to severe weather.
Mm-hmm.
1:26 p.m. she stops for gas, topping off her tank. And then it says she used her
Level of snow
Visa
I've never
card.
had to deal with.
And thank God.
What?
It says she used her Visa card um not far from her house. And then it says 2:30 she makes a call to a local restaurant. It doesn't say why or anything.
Hmm.
2:33 Ellen called someone and it lasted 30 seconds. I'm guessing it's her friend maybe?
Maybe. Wait, what time?
2:33.
Maybe.
And
If it's
then
30
she
seconds,
says,
yeah, it's like she probably got her
yeah,
voicemail.
in her apartment she remotely entered the grades for her first grade students. 3:47 p.m. Ellen sends her final text. 4:45
Does it
p.m.
say what that text is? Like what it says?
It doesn't.
I don't think any of her text messages have ever been because I was trying to find some of the ones like between her and Sam that
Even
the
even in the
document.
documentary, it only talks about his text messages, not her.
Well, yeah, there's some shady shit there too.
Yeah, right? Why aren't hers talked about? Hello?
Well, so keep going with your timeline.
Okay. 4:45 p.m. Goldberg left the couple's home around 4:45. Surveillance at their apartment building captured Sam entering the on-site gym. 4:46 Ellen uses her laptop. So at 4:46 we assume Ellen is alive
Okay,
and
yeah.
he leaves at 4:45, right?
Okay.
So then it says 5:30 p.m. That's when he exits the gym, attempts to unlock the apartment, finds the interior swing bar latch engaged. He begins calling and texting Ellen repeatedly. Hello, open the door. What are you doing? I'm getting pissed. You better have an excuse. What the fuck? Ah. and you have no idea. That text gets me.
They're
You
all,
have no idea. What does that mean?
it's not even that for me. It's what are you doing?
For
Why
me,
is
it's
the
the you.
door
For
locked?
me, it's the you have no idea. Like, what is he insinuating in that text message? Is he saying you have no idea that when I get into this door, I'm going to beat you?
So this is the crazy thing about the text messages is there's no screenshots. I can't produce. I looked. I tried so hard. There is no
Yeah.
where I can go and source their text messages. But the documentary did read some of them in. And one of them that
Mm-hmm.
got me was earlier that day she texted him and said, "Will you hate me if I leave my job?"
Uh-huh.
And he was like, "Are you going to quit today?" That was his response was like, "Today?" Not
Yeah.
absolutely not, baby doll. I looked at my husband when that came up and I said, or she had texted him like a week prior and said, "I'm really struggling. I think I want to leave my job." And his response was,
Yeah.
"Get it together or find
Mm-hmm.
something else to do." Bitch, you better never speak to me like that.
It's like I'm unhappy in what I'm doing.
The
Like,
amount of
hello?
times my husband has encouraged me to leave a job or leave a situation and been like, just
Yeah.
peace out.
Yeah.
And this guy is like, get it
Today?
together.
Okay,
Get it together.
there's a couple more things and then the timeline's over.
The audacity.
It says approximately 40 minutes he bangs on the door, shouts her name, but receives no reply.
Hmm.
Finally at 5:44, it says his neighbors later
Mhm.
report hearing him yelling Ellen's name at
Mhm.
5:44, around there.
Yeah.
6 p.m. he goes downstairs to the lobby, asks the doorman to help break the latch. He refuses, saying it violates policy, but he offered to call the police. This is what gets me. He tells the doorman, "No, thank you. Like, don't call the police. I'll handle it myself." That's what he tells the doorman.
And I think the doorman said, he said, "I'm going to break the damn door down."
Yeah,
And it's like, I mean, that I'm going to call the police.
right. But it's like, I don't, I think it's such a weird response from him.
Hmm.
Don't call the police. I'll handle it myself.
The whole thing is weird.
I know.
Shocker.
Uh, and then it says 6:07 and 6:10 p.m. Hanton calls Ellen's phone twice from the lobby line. Hanton is the doorman. His name's
Hmm.
Phil Hanton. No answer. 6:14 p.m. Goldberg calls his cousin. This gets me.
Okay.
Calls his cousin, an attorney. Why are you calling an attorney? That's you don't even know what's happening yet, right? You don't
Yeah.
know.
There's a portion in the documentary that comes up, and I looked at Sean. I said, "I bet you that person is a lawyer." And
Yeah.
fun
Yeah.
fact about East Coast Jewish people, they are also lawyers, doctors, accountants.
Yes.
It's just it's in their blood, and I'm that's amazing for them. I love
Ugh.
that they do that, but I just knew all these people were going to be lawyers.
Okay, it says 6:23. Surveillance captures Goldberg re-entering the elevator towards the sixth floor. He receives a call from his uncle,
That
also
guy.
an attorney. They instruct him to enter and then call 911.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Which why? Okay.
he calls 911 at 6:31. It says at 6:30 he forces his way in. Uncle and cousin are on the phone when he finds her in the apartment. And they say they heard him scream, and then they instructed him to call 911, and he called 911 at 6:33 p.m. Which that's another thing. I'm going to insert the 911 call. Bro, the 911 call is weird.
So weird.
The way that he sounds, he doesn't sound like somebody that is concerned. He sounds like somebody that's pretending to be
Mhm.
concerned and sad.
Yes, and I read this thing on Reddit.
Mhm.
Well, do you want to play the 911 call and then or do you just want to insert it since we've heard it?
I mean, we're on Riverside, baby. We can actually share the screen again.
That's true. Yeah. So in the way it looks in the documentary is when he walks in, it the door swings open into the kitchen and she is sat up against the cabinets,
Yeah. Yes.
which that is also not ever what I pictured based off I've heard the 911 call, right? I've heard the case and I had never pictured her sitting up. And there's just blood wiped like everywhere around her on the cabinets and
Yeah.
then like a pool of blood under her.
Hey, I need everything out. I just walked to my apartment. My fiance's on the floor with blood everywhere.
What is the address?
4601 Flat Rock Road. Please come help now.
4601
Flat Rock Road.
Is this a house or apartment?
Oh no! Oh no!
Apartment.
It's an apartment. Please hurry,
Where
please.
is she bleeding from?
I don't know. I can't tell. She's.
No, sir, you have to calm yourself down in order to get you some help.
I'm sorry. I don't know. I'm looking at her right now. I can't see anything. There's nothing broken. She's bleeding. Ellie!
You don't know where she's bleeding from? Can't tell where
Ellie!
the blood's coming from?
I think her head. I think she hit her head, I think. But it's everywhere.
Okay, sir.
It's everywhere.
Think she might have fallen? Do you know what happened?
She may have slipped. There's blood on the table. Her face is a little purple.
Okay, hold on for rescue for her. Stay on the phone. What's wrong?
I went downstairs to go work out. I came back up. The door was latched. My fiance's inside. So it wasn't.
Why do you think her face would be purple?
So I picked up on that too because when I was looking over like theories of this case, someone theorized that she had been strangled. And I was like, that's weird. It actually is weird that her face would be purple because even if she died of strangulation, I don't even know if we should mess with, but if she's stabbed, the blood would drain. I mean, she would look blue.
Yeah.
Yeah, because she would lose color. But
I just thought it was interesting.
well, I don't know if you knew this, but the autopsy did find she had 31 bruises all over her body in various stages of healing. Kennedy goes, what does that mean?
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah. It was a fun conversation with my...
You're like,
It's fine. The other thing that starts happening, that this part where he's like explaining what he did, so weird to me. I don't need to know that as a 9. I love the dispatcher. Sir, I'm going to need you to calm yourself down.
I know. Well, I mean, that's their job. That's their job, too. They're like, I don't understand you.
Yes, but that is funny.
All right.
She wasn't answering, so after about a half hour, I decided to break it down. I see her now just on the floor with blood. Like she's not responding.
Okay, is she breathing? Look at her chest. I need you to calm down, and I need you to look at her chest. It's really.
I really don't think she is.
Listen to me. Someone's on the way. Look at her
Listen
chest.
to
Is she
me.
flat on her back?
She's on her back, so I bring her.
Look at her chest and tell me if it's going up and down, up and down.
I don't see her moving.
Okay, do you know how to do CPR?
I don't.
Okay, I can tell you what to do, okay, until they get there. I want you to keep her flat on her.
God.
Hello?
Yeah, hi, okay.
The crime scene photos are her sitting up, right?
Yeah.
This woman didn't tell him. I guess he says she's laying on the floor. That's what's so confusing to me is I've heard this case 100 times. I've never pictured her sitting up. And I'm laughing at this whole, like, is her chest rising and stuff? Because there's a knife in her chest sticking out, just clear as day.
He seems like he hasn't seen that. I'm like, how do you not see it? What was she wearing?
Like, look at her chest.
You can't see a knife.
Also, the way the picture was, and I know, like, they do blurring and stuff, but I felt like you couldn't really see her face. She was like this, and her hair...
Yes.
Was like over her face. I felt like he couldn't even see her face.
I mean, he must have bent down. And looked.
Also, you don't know how to do CPR, dude? I know you haven't been trained how to do CPR, but everybody
Yeah.
knows. You ever watch Grey's Anatomy? Never? You had never seen Grey's. This is prime time for Grey's, and I bet Ellen loved Grey's Anatomy.
Oh, probably.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I can imagine.
Willing to do CPR with me over the phone so they can.
I have to, right?
Okay, so get her flat on her back, bare her chest. Okay, you want to rip her shirt off. Okay. Kneel down by her side.
Oh my God, Ellie, please.
Listen, you can't freak out, sir, because you.
Okay, I'm trying not to. I'm trying not to. Her shirt won't come off. It's a zipper.
Rip
Oh
it
my
off.
God, she stabbed herself.
Where?
She fell on a knife. Oh no, her knife's sticking out.
Her what?
There's a knife sticking out of her heart.
Oh, she stabbed herself?
I guess so. I don't know where she fell on it. I don't know.
Okay, well, don't touch it.
Okay, so I just let her here now. I mean, what do I do?
No, I mean, you can't. If the knife is in her chest, it's going to be kind of hard for you to do CPR at this time.
Oh no. Oh my goodness. Okay.
Police, which operator? 277.
Is someone coming here?
Yes, they are. You said 4601 Flat Rock, right?
Yes.
Okay, someone's on the way. And the knife is still inside?
Wait, sir, what?
The knife is still inside of her?
Yes, I didn't take it out.
Was it her chest or what area?
It's in her chest. It looks like it's right in her heart.
Okay, someone's on the way out there. Okay, just get.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Okay,
How old is
thank you.
she?
She's 27.
27. And there's no sign of life at all? Like, pinch her under her arm.
No, please don't be. What?
Pinch her under her arm and tell me if she responds to pain.
She's Ellie.
Bitch, don't pinch me.
She's not. Her hands are still warm. I don't know what that means, but there's blood everywhere. I mean,
I know, but you can't, and the knife is still inside of her. How far? Can you see how far it went in?
it looks pretty deep.
Okay.
It looks three. I mean, it's a long knife.
Don't touch anything. Yeah, don't touch anything, okay?
I'm not touching anything. I can't believe this though.
So wait, it was just you there with her?
We're the only ones here.
And she ran in the door, you said latched it shut?
No, I went downstairs to work out, and when I came back up, the door was latched.
Oh.
Like it was, it wasn't like it was, it was like locked from the inside, and I'm yelling, so I'm
Was
yelling.
your house broken into?
No.
So there's no sign of a break-in?
No sign of a break-in at all. I mean, there will be when you get here, because I had to break the latch, but to get in.
Okay, 4601.
The 911 call to me is wild.
So here's what I don't know where to put my. Here's what something I found said. Because the 911 call to me is so strange, but I do believe like 911 calls are hard to give weight to because your brain is processing so well. You're trying to process quickly, but it's buffering, right? So this is someone who posted on Reddit and said, Sam's utterances in the 911 call are very peculiar for a few reasons. One, he appears to be detached from what's happening in front of him, inappropriate effect. He quickly vacillates from hopelessness to calm multiple times throughout the call, which as moms, we do that shit very well. Okay. And sometimes it comes out calm, but in our head, it is panic.
We're freaking out. Yeah.
Yes. Two, his manner of speech makes it seem like he is following a preconceived script. Yes. The oh no's are so strange. Like
they're weird.
Who are you oh knowing? Number 3, if she was on her back, as he indicated, it is inexplicable that he would not have noticed the knife sticking out of her chest until after asked to do CPR. This does say it is possible the knife was lunged into her chest during the I had not heard this. Never mind, I didn't read
During
this
the what?
Clearly. That it is possible that the knife was lunged in her chest during the 911 call as a way to avoid CPR. I would be intrigued to know if some of the stabs were found to be post-mortem. Because they can tell your body.
Right.
If you're stabbed pre-death, your body starts to heal immediately. But if you're stabbed
Okay.
post-death,
I'm pretty sure that some of them were post-mortem.
okay, so it says this is consistent. Oh, yeah. So keep reading, Karen. This is consistent with the lack of hemorrhaging and minimal blood pooling. He
Mhm.
can't contain his laughter. That was the weird thing to me. He started laughing at a period where he's
Yes.
like, I'm like, bitch, what? Don't laugh at my. No,
Yes.
I'm dead.
Yes.
Um, when the dispatcher asks if it's still in her chest, he laughs and says yes. If this says if it was a rage fueled murder, it would be difficult to express genuine concern in a 911 call with a
Mhm.
stranger. Most overlooked is the way he ends the call with a casual, okay, thank you, bye. As if he
Yeah,
just finished
it's
placing an
weird.
order. Yeah, my biggest red flag is if I walk into a room
Mhm.
and there's someone dead,
Right.
it doesn't matter how they died, okay?
Right.
If there's blood everywhere and that person is sitting there dead, and I feel so inclined to call 911 because you have to, I don't think what I'm going to do is discount the death. Like, I don't think
Yeah.
I'm going to talk the dispatcher out of raising hell, raising the alarms, right? Like,
Yeah.
oh, she must have fallen on the knife. What? No.
Well, what was crazy to me is the very first thing he says is she stabbed herself.
And he didn't see the knife.
Well,
Like he
he
hadn't
says that
seen.
after he sees the
Oh,
knife.
yes, yes, yes.
He goes, "Oh my god, she stabbed herself."
Yes, because also, of course she did.
Yeah.
And he even says in the call, like, there's blood everywhere. There's blood everywhere. Okay, well, then
Yeah.
she didn't just have this. Okay. Like, that
Yeah.
is the most I don't know. The whole thing makes me so mad because
Well,
it's just insane.
it is, and I think it's frustrating because she was going through things mentally, right?
Yes.
Like she was not okay. Her mom told her she needed to go see somebody like a professional. So she saw a psychiatrist, I believe it said like 3 or 4 times before the day of her death. So she was trying to feel better. She was on Ambien and something else. I cannot remember. But
Mm,
she was on medications for anxiety and
yeah.
for her insomnia cuz she was not sleeping.
Yeah.
But then you think about the bruises, right?
Mm-hmm.
In
Yes.
all
The
forms of
bruises to me
healing.
is now, as someone who bruises incredibly easily, so much so that my doctor wanted to test me for blood diseases, like,
Right. True.
I bruise very easily. People are always like, where did that bruise come from? Where did that bruise come from? And I never know.
Yeah.
I never have an explanation. So that is hard. But to be in various stages of healing, like I never have like 100, like 30. 30 is a lot.
Yeah.
Like I
That's
might have one
insane.
or two.
And to have various stages of healing is crazy to me.
Yes, I agree.
Also, I did hear that I can't remember if it was in the documentary or if I read it this morning, but she was getting ready to leave him.
Yes,
She no longer wanted to be with him.
that was always what I understood. Oh, the other thing to me, the thing that catches me is he's adamant that he's almost mad that the door is like the latch is fixed. So long story short, she's dead. 23
Yes.
stab wounds, 31 bruises, various stages. The police don't see all the stab wounds. And when I tell you she was just prepping dinner, like for food, she had
Yeah.
blueberries on the counter and various knives out and
Mhm.
just going about her day. she has a huge gash in the back of her head. That to me was like someone hit the shit out of her.
Yeah. Like blunt
And
force
then,
trauma.
yes,
For sure.
the knife in her chest is a 10-inch knife, and
Mhm.
it's like, it's in there. It's pretty clearly, you can see it the minute
Yeah.
you look at the pictures. Police deem it a suicide. Body gets taken by the medical examiner. Medical examiner says, this is a homicide. This is wild.
Yeah. Yeah.
But the police keep saying it's a suicide.
Yeah.
Even like at her funeral said it was a suicide. And
Yes.
in Jewish culture, there are certain ways you can and can't be buried if you commit suicide. So that is a bigger
Mm.
significance, I think, than people realize. And that just like is so rude. But yes, she's like telling people for weeks she's stressed and has anxiety, and she's seeing psychiatrist. She's not, though, like wilding out.
No, and it does state that at all the visits she did have with the psychiatrist, the psychiatrist herself noted that she was not suicidal. She just felt like her life was out of control and she
Yeah.
was trying to get it all put back together.
Okay, so here's what the autopsy showed. Sorry, and then we'll move on. Autopsy
Okay.
showed Ellen had been stabbed 20 times, 8 times to the chest, 10 times in the back, 10 times in the back of her neck.
Mhm.
You know what my kid said? She goes, "Was her back or her arm broken? How's she doing that?" I'm like,
Right.
"Yeah,
If it was
girl."
all front, I could see, okay, maybe. But even then, I'm like, who is stabbing themselves multiple times? You stab yourself once and you're like, ow, right? Because I don't know, your brain is crazy and sometimes maybe your brain tells you to do it. But
I
you're
didn't
going to
know.
do it a second time? I don't know.
Correct. So this is what it says. So manner of death was initially ruled a homicide. However, a report from a neuropathologist concluded that one of the stab wounds to the back of the neck. Also, let's talk about that again. Stabbing yourself to the back of the neck.
Yes.
Had hit the spinal cord, rendering her numb, allowing her to continue stabbing herself to death. As a result of the report, the medical examiner changed Ellen's cause of death from homicide to suicide, and the case was closed. So hold on. Here is where it said, according to police reports, Ellen's body was found sitting on the floor with her head and upper body resting against the kitchen counters,
Mhm.
not laying down.
Yeah.
This is inconsistent with how Sam described her on the 911 call as being flat on her
Mhm.
back. There is evidence the body was moved. When EMS arrived on the scene, they noticed that Ellen was in a seated position in the corner of the kitchen. Oh.
So do they think he moved her body?
They say their suggestion was that she was initially laying flat on the ground when she was stabbed. So maybe that's the theory of, okay, maybe she was flat on the ground. They told him to do 911 or CPR, and he was like, bitch, no. And but like, what? How strange. Why would we do that?
It's so confusing. And also, so
This
they're saying she was stabbed while she was laying on the ground?
that time, yes.
Mm.
That to the chest.
And
That
did we confirm that she did have stab wounds post-mortem?
there was no healing at that wound is what it says. So it also says Ellen was found clutching a white bath towel in her left hand that was not bloody.
Interesting.
There were fresh blueberries and an orange cut open on the kitchen counter. She had so the call to the restaurant, they believe, was to place an order for dinner, though this was never confirmed. What are police out here doing? Um, Hold on, because the swing bar lock. So here's where I read. It said on just.
Oh, it
Go ahead.
said that she has some wounds that were considered hesitation wounds.
So those are the little ones that I'm like, what is that? But
Yeah.
those can also be from an assailant.
Yeah. I think especially one that, like, I get killing, like a crime of passion, right?
Yeah.
But
Here's
maybe it within that killing, something hits you and you're like, oh shit, like maybe I shouldn't be doing this.
or maybe they start fighting, like fighting
Yeah.
back. My thing
Yeah.
is, if I am so let's go to this first. So she does some
Okay.
Googling on the
Yes.
18th, December 18th, 2010. So, yeah, the year prior. The month prior. Ellen's computer revealed search results for suffocation and suicide methods. And on January 10th, 2011, a few weeks before her death, her computer revealed searches for quick death. Mind you, he could have searched these to me, like,
I was literally thinking the exact same thing when you were reading that.
because it
They
says,
live together.
says she also opened an article on euthanasia and browsed a website on painless suicide. That to me tells me this woman would not have stabbed herself.
Yeah.
So
Right?
they use this to indicate that suicide was on on her mind. I will say, so the thing that the documentary says is his uncle arrived at the scene or the next day, the police released the scene, didn't
Mm-hmm.
collect any evidence. And when the boyfriend said, "We want to come in and get some things," he brought his uncle with him. Well, when they said that, I said, "Bet you that man's a lawyer." Sure
Yeah,
enough,
he is.
he's a very high up there lawyer, criminal
Yeah.
defense lawyer, and he took all her electronic devices.
Yes.
So, fun fact about law offices is they have technology to be able to get into phones and computers. Also, this is 2011.
Yeah.
We're not talking passcodes yet. Okay?
Right.
And they live together. There's some evidence that she might have been being abused.
Mm-hmm.
So, all of this is a mess anyways. But it seems strange to me. This is where I'm like, where are her text messages? Why don't we have access to
Yes.
those? And the
But maybe that's why we
fact,
don't have them.
no, correct. No, they said they were unable. I think I heard in the last episode that
Mm-hmm.
I watched that they were unable to like really have access to those. But also, even if they did, chain of custody has been corrupted.
I agree.
So you still can't prove these things. And I'd be interested to know, were these searches done while she was at school during school hours? Did the computer go to school with her? Did it stay home? Like what? We don't know any of that. And that's what sucks because nobody investigated this case, which like, can
Yeah.
we just stop doing that? Like you're literally cops
Well,
do not
also,
investigate. That's the crazy thing is
yeah.
homicide detectives were brought in
Mm-hmm.
on that day. The concierge guy says, my life changed forever when a guy walks up to me and says, I'm a homicide detective. So crazy. They come in,
Okay, so
police.
that confirms that they were there.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And then they didn't collect any evidence or secure the scene and released it the next day, and didn't just release it. They allowed the property manager to call in a crime scene cleanup crew
Right.
and clean it before the boyfriend came back to get the stuff.
It's crazy because I wonder if that's why. I wonder if he knew the cops, first of all. And I wonder if because it was ruled a suicide, they didn't investigate it. Because they were just like, case closed, right?
Well, what's crazy is, though, they deemed it a suicide before the autopsy, right? You're not
It's like,
supposed, you can't do that.
can we not? Can we do everything we need to do?
Yeah, like what if
Can
her
we
autopsy
examine the body before we say that it's a freaking suicide?
and detectives can't touch the body, right? Like, so the medical examiner comes in and does a full
Yeah.
evidence testing and everything before they ever take the body. And then when they
Right.
take the body, they do the autopsy. What
Mhm.
if the autopsy had found the knife in her hip, her chest to be like plastic, and turns out she was shot in her back?
Right. It's like,
These people didn't even wait long enough for that. And it's like,
no.
I've just never heard of such a thing as a case,
They
as
were just
a
like,
scene being
well,
opened.
the boyfriend says she stabbed herself, so that
Mhm.
has to be what happened.
Which brings me to the lock.
Yes. Yes. Why was it locked? And if he did kill her, how did he get the lock? I know there's ways to do it.
There are videos to show that, but I
Mhm.
have. Who else saw and felt and touched that it was locked?
Right.
I know it's ripped off the thing
Yeah.
in the pictures.
Uh-huh.
Okay, well, you could hit that with a dumb. You could hit it with a hammer and get it to do that, right? There's no
Yeah.
cameras in the hallways. So who saw that it was like that? He didn't call the police. He didn't call anybody else before. No one actually went up and touched and tried to open the door other than him. So how
And
do we know that it was actually latched?
maybe that's why he said, I'll take care of it myself. I don't need your
Mhm.
help.
Mm-hmm. There are early. I haven't gotten this far in the documentary yet, but I do remember there are early interviews of him telling someone that he didn't break the door down, security did. And that was one thing that over the years has been like, how is that possible? Because security says they didn't.
Yeah.
And the latch is what sticks out to me. But I
Mhm.
do have another theory on, because he's real mad about that latch being latched. Like,
Yeah, he
he's
was
so mad.
pissed.
He's texting her, like, what the hell are you doing?
Yeah.
What if he stabbed her
Mhm.
all those times and she was sitting there, laying there, who knows, however he left her. But what if she like came to
And lock the door.
and locked the door? And he came back from developing his alibi that he thought was
Right,
going to be
'cause
so smart.
that's why I think he went to the gym.
Yes. And what if she latched the door? He comes back from his alibi
Mhm.
and he's like, why the fuck is the door locked? And then he's like, oh no, she's alive. So then
Yeah.
I'm thinking the text messages make more sense because he's like, you better freaking open this door.
Yeah.
We need to talk about this. Like, this is a problem. And he seems more threatened. Like, his text messages to her seem like, you done messed up and you know it.
Yeah.
Open this door. And I just it's so strange. But yeah, so those are my thoughts. Was one, either
Yeah.
the latch, he broke it off with something, a hammer, who knows?
Yeah.
Nobody investigated this freaking place. And it wasn't ever latched. No one ever saw
Or
that.
he
Or
latched it himself.
yeah, or he
Like a
latched it
freak.
himself, which they have shown. There's actually the guy that owns the company Bark, does like the kids' phones and stuff.
Oh yeah.
He has shown how you can latch and unlatch like those types of doors pretty easily.
That's
I believe
terrifying.
he sells like he has engineered tools to like put on your door when you're in a hotel and like sells them because he's like so.
Oh, because they're so easy to open, the other ones?
Yeah. And he used to be a sex
Gotcha.
crimes detective of some sort. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. He's pretty. I watch him just like I also think he like inflates it all to sell products, but who knows? The other thing that's strange to me about Sam is the the instant she stabbed herself.
Yeah.
What? Okay. So I did look into, because I'm super I like facts. I like things we can measure. And I was thinking while watching the documentary, man, there has got to be a statistic for how often a woman would commit suicide, but also stabbing.
Yeah.
For like, and this is always important to me because I like looking into like African American women, Black women never commit suicide. Like literally, if police roll up to a suicide and it's a Black woman, they are obligated to investigate it as a murder, because statistically they don't kill themselves
Right.
at all. So I wanted to look up statistics for men and women in suicide. Just so you guys know, knives are never mentioned. Stabbing yourself to death is like not a thing. There is something called a gender paradox, where women are more likely to have suicidal thoughts and attempt suicide, but men are significantly more likely to die by suicide. So
Mm.
women experience the emotions and look into it and consider it and even sometimes attempt, but they are almost always never successful, which is like, oh, so
Interesting.
sad. Come on, women, get it together.
It's very interesting though.
Yeah, I also don't think women like like we're not out here trying to hurt ourselves, okay?
Yeah, I also think we might be a little more emotionally intelligent than men are. Not like not saying men are
100%.
stupid or something, but like I just think that we are more in tune with our feelings.
Mhm. Yeah,
And so I think
absolutely.
that that helps.
Yes. So in 2023, men died by suicide 3.8 times more likely than women. And even in 2024,
Wow.
I did see that women were 4 times more likely. So that checks out. Globally, men die by suicide 1.7 to 1.8 times more often than women. So that's worldwide, not just US.
Right.
Um, in Western countries, men die by suicide 3 to 4 times more often than women. And this is important because a lot of people don't realize in like Asian countries,
Yeah.
I gotta be careful. Um, there are honor killings, and sometimes killing yourself is an honor.
Right.
I don't get it. Okay, blame Mulan. I don't know. They lied to us.
I was going to say that
Also, read the
like checks
Bible.
out.
Judges, insane. Someone falls on a sword in that book is weird. Anyways, um, there's all sorts of
The
like
Bible
just
be wild.
beheading. Literally,
The Bible be wild.
when you get past the first few books of the Bible and you're like into Judges and all that crap, you're just like, what?
I mean, listen, I'm sorry to say, when you get past the boring parts of the Bible.
Dude, we're in Revelation in church, and Sean and I looked at each other the first week because we missed the first week, sickness or something. Second week,
Yeah.
he's preaching and he's like just lightly touching on what he talked about the week before. And Sean and I looked at each other and we're like, what? Clearly never read Revelation. Okay.
I have never.
Well, I found my mom leaves study books here. I found a study book she left here a couple years ago that's on Revelation. And so Sean and I
Like
busted it out because
she
we're like,
buys
we're gonna,
them
girl, I don't know.
and leaves them there for you?
Sometimes she'll be like, hey, I left my shoes in this part of your garage. Don't lose them.
Oh my god, I love that for her.
Yeah. Okay. So Western countries, men die 3 to 4 times more often than women. Women attempt suicide 1.5 to 3 times more often than men. So let me say that again. Women attempt suicide 1.5 to 3 times more often than men, but men die by suicide 3 to 4 times more often than women.
Interesting.
Um,
It just goes to show that maybe women we don't really want to do it.
well,
Like
that
we're
was my
thinking
next
about
thought was
it.
what do they consider? So this is something important when you're doing statistics is what do they consider an attempt? Because teenage girls, this is the worst. How do we get here? You know, do self-harm. Okay.
Yes.
I dabbled in it. I know there was a whole group in our school, in middle school,
I
that
dabbled as well.
Yeah.
Like, it was like the thing to do back then.
Yeah. I know there was a
Like,
whole
oh, you're
group.
sad? Just cut yourself. It's
There was
fine.
a whole group in our school that I'm pretty sure that was like their thing, was they were like communicating about it. Anyways, I wasn't cool enough for that group. So
thank God.
Yes. So the primary reason for the gender paradox is the methods chosen. Again, women attempt more, men are successful. Of course they are. They gotta beat us at something.
I know.
So men, their methods are firearms 60% of the time, suffocation and hanging 24% of the time. And then poisoning is a low percentage, and firearms result in death 90% of the cases. So if they're doing firearms 60% of the time and 90% of those are dying, 50% are dying off the bat. Like,
wow.
Yes. Women's methods have lower lethal. So poisoning and drug. And I didn't even think about that. I mean, I never like tried to kill myself by poisoning myself, but
yeah.
Women take more medication when we're in pain on our period. Like,
true. Right.
And when you're in pain, you don't flippin' care. So you just take it. So women's methods are poisoning and drug overdose for 72% of it. Firearms.
I can see that.
Yeah. We're like, painless.
We go through enough pain. Okay. We don't want to have pain in our death. Okay.
No. Firearms 35% of the time, which nah, bro. Anything other than poisoning or drug overdose, I'm out.
Same. Like any kind of inflicted pain, I'm out.
So suffocation 25% and hanging 6.8.
That seems like the most torturous way to go out.
Absolutely. What's crazy is it breaks your spine and then you're still alive, and it takes 5 to 6 minutes to suffocate.
That's too long.
It's absolutely terrible.
To hang there and struggle for that long, that's a long time when you're struggling to breathe.
And if you didn't notice, stabbing yourself was not on the list.
Because nobody does that. I would love to see if there is another case where somebody stabbed themselves to death to kill themselves.
Other than in Asian countries where honor killings are done. Yeah. No, I've never heard of such a thing. And
neither have I.
Listen, women are not stupid. If we're going to stab ourselves, like the knife is going to go into... Also, I would love to see someone strong enough. Like, I couldn't.
Thank you.
Stab.
How... I think about even somebody stabbing somebody else, you have to stab somebody so hard.
They say you have to almost be in that fit of passion. You have to have adrenaline.
Yes.
Because, no.
There is no fucking way.
No. And honestly, women don't like to get dirty.
Seriously.
Like, y'all.
Also, blood gets sticky. I don't like being sticky. Okay? I'm not out here trying to be sticky.
There's something... She's in the kitchen. She's prepping fruit. She's cutting oranges.
Yeah.
You know what doesn't come next?
Killing yourself.
But first, stab yourself 20 times. All over your neck and head. And the gash on her head, I'm not even kidding, is like this big. And I can't get over it. It's like filleted.
Yes.
Like, it looks like someone bopped her over the head. I'm just so mad. Oh, so my timeline I have was going to explain, but I can just basically tell you. They kept it a suicide.
Mhm.
Medical examiner changed their decision to a suicide. They finally got the case re-examined a few years ago.
Mhm.
Excuse me. I think after the big news article came out in 2019. And
Mhm.
they're not ruling it a suicide. So what happens is once you rule a crime one way or the other, it's
Right.
so hard to get. It's like when you convict someone guilty, right?
Mm.
You
Yeah.
can't just find evidence that they didn't do it.
And go, "Oh, okay, they're good. They're free."
Right. You have to break barriers that you didn't know existed to
Mhm.
prove that they absolutely 100% did not do it and this is who did. Or so that's the problem is, Sam was so protected in the beginning. He had this like group of lawyers around him, and smart, honestly. If you ever
Mhm.
get arrested or anything, please get a lawyer. Don't care what people say about you. But
Yeah.
also, maybe cops should not let lawyers have the
Oh,
devices.
for sure. Also, what's frustrating too is that even if they did change the outcome of like what it was, if it was suicide or homicide, even in them changing it,
There's nothing.
there's no evidence.
All the
It's
evidence
gone.
was gone the day they re-released the scene. And
Yes.
the minute, I mean, even the electronics, right? Like, even if they could scrub
Mhm.
those and go into those, there's no way to validate any of that information anymore.
No.
Also, it's been too long.
2011? That was feels so long ago.
Which is wild. No, it's so infuriating. And I just wish, I don't know, I just wish every case, regardless, man, woman, skin color,
Yeah.
ethnicity, religion, whatever, I don't care. I just wish that every time police officers walked into a crime scene, they cleared it and got out and allowed for detectives to. If somebody is dead, you should not be in there. Once you clear
Well,
the
and I know
scene,
that people say if somebody dies, they automatically work it as a homicide until
that's
they find out it
clearly
was
not
something
what's
else.
happening. Correct.
Apparently, Philadelphia don't do that. I don't know.
Well, man, it's starting to sound a lot like Boston
Right?
out here.
Let us
Um,
know what you think about this case because when I watched this documentary, I had not heard about it before
yeah.
watching it. And I don't know what I think it intrigued me like the name
Yeah.
of the documentary
Yeah.
because it said like the death in apartment whatever and
$603.
I was like, "Oh, this sounds interesting." But the whole time watching that, me and my husband were like, "Are you kidding me? I don't understand how
Mm-mm.
you think somebody stabbed themselves 23 times."
My youngest daughter this morning would not go take a shower until I paused it because she's like, absolutely, I'm not missing a second of this episode. And listen, I know you're not supposed to let your kids like watch.
I watch murder with my kids all the time.
This is the least gruesome. And honestly, the
Yeah.
most. My kids don't understand why I'm obsessed with true crime. And I think it's important to show them things like this, where,
Mhm.
Kendall Ray and Annie Elise and
Mhm.
Stephanie Harlow uh, got me honestly into true crime, and they covered this case years. I've known about this case for so long, but
Yeah.
still didn't know important pieces of it, like that she was sitting up versus down, like
Yeah.
things like that. And it's so important that I think true crime is like modern day history buffs, right? Like
Yeah.
you have to be intrigued and learn and
Mhm.
educate so that you know what not to do in the future. And same thing,
Right.
like, I think it's Morbid. No, not Morbid. It's Crime Junkies. They have like a file. It's
Mhm.
called like In Case I Die or In Case I Go Missing. And they recommend everyone download it or buy it, or I don't know if they sell it, but anyways, essentially have have all your passcodes, all your passwords. And I do. I actually have a spreadsheet I keep on my computer called
Interesting.
In Case I Get Hit by a Bus. Because there are 100 different sites I have logins to and possibly pay
Yeah.
for my business, and different things and places I've registered, and if anything ever happens to my business, what needs canceled and all that. So I have kept that for
Mm.
years. And but also, yeah, like, how do people access your location? How do people anything? If you just were to go missing tomorrow, how do people look for you? Do you have your bank logins where your spouse can get them and like track yours? Because sometimes it takes weeks to get subpoenas and search warrants for
Yeah.
that kind of stuff. And a lot of parents can't ever get them. Like, that's what's crazy. So
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just this
That's interesting.
uh, the case, and being able to watch it and my kids be intrigued is like, it's
Yeah.
cool because I can say, yeah, they ruled it this way, but this is why I like true crime, because we can look back on it and say people didn't do things right.
Yeah.
We're going to hope that people do things right in the future, and it
Mm-hmm.
holds cops accountable, honestly.
I agree. I also do not like her fiance. I don't trust him. I
Hey,
think
look,
something
his
weird about
text
him.
messages, bro. The will you hate me if I quit my job? The one you have now? No, the first answer should have been no. Like that text messages goes on repeat in my mind. I'm like, the answer should have been,
Yes.
baby,
I
I
no, I'll
love
never
you.
hate you and I support you.
I want you to be mentally, and that has come down to it, right? Like, I've worked toxic jobs. I know that I had a job when we first moved to Ohio that I thought, I'm an alcoholic, or I'm going to be an alcoholic after I
Yeah.
work this job, because this woman is driving me so insane. And I couldn't
Mm-hmm.
imagine. I mean, I waited it out, but I was looking for a job. But
Yeah.
I couldn't imagine if my husband had guilted me into staying. Like,
Right.
or been like, why would you leave? You're mentally unstable, but who cares? At least you get paid. Like, no.
Yeah. It was definitely unsupportive on his part to be that way. And her mom too.
Yeah.
Because her mom didn't want her to leave too.
I think now I'm wondering, did it actually have to do with the job, or was home life more
I,
stressful?
I agree. I agree.
Because
Because they did mention that she asked her cousin if she could stay with her for a while.
hmm,
And her cousin was like, "Yeah, is Sam gonna come with you?" And she never responded to that.
oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I find it interesting. Like, what if she came home and was like, I've really decided, well, or broke up with him, like said, we need to separate, or
I
I'm
think
going to
she
leave my
did. I
job.
don't. I It was said that she was trying to leave him.
Yeah.
So
And then he lost it.
I can imagine. So
Insane.
let us know how you feel.
Yeah.
What your thoughts are about the case.
Go watch a
We hope
documentary.
you enjoyed a murder case
Yeah.
again.
Unhinged.
The the documentary was so good.
Yeah. I'm
So I recommend.
only a couple episodes in because
Um
it takes time.
what are your plans for Thanksgiving? Like, is your family coming out? Are you going
Mm-mm.
anywhere?
I think my mom landed in Denver last night. I texted my mother-in-law. I took Wednesday off because the girls are off on Wednesday. So the girls and I are going to
Nice.
head up to her house on Wednesday and help her bake and cook ahead of time.
Fun.
Yeah. And then
I love that.
we'll just hang out there on Thursday, and then we'll come home.
Me and my sisters are all coming together. My sister is off on Thanksgiving for the first time in I don't even know how long. It's been so long since we've had a Thanksgiving with her. So she's on admin schedule now. Yeah, we're all coming together. I'm going to cook the turkey and the pie and the sweet potatoes. And I'm also going to make a sourdough Hawaiian roll, like fresh rolls for
Oh,
Thanksgiving.
interesting.
And then my husband's going to make ham.
Mm-hmm.
And then my other sister's making the mashed potatoes and the stuffing and cranberry sauce from scratch and snacks for the kids before we
Yeah.
eat.
No, that's so cool.
So I'm so excited. And we get to spend the day with my mom too. She's coming too. So
That's fun.
I'm excited.
We're doing a Friendsgiving December 6th. And I was thinking, do you think I can make tamales?
Yes, they're fucking hard, but you could do it.
I think I'm going to do that for our Friendsgiving.
You should.
Yeah, I think it'll be fun. So we were supposed to do our Friendsgiving or whatever this weekend today. This is
Right.
just why we were filming tomorrow. And it was less of a Friendsgiving, more of a we forgot to plan Friendsgiving. Let's all hang out and meet some people. And then everyone got sick.
Oh my God.
So we canceled.
Isn't that how it is during the holidays?
Literally,
Everybody's sick.
my friend texted me yesterday and said, so we feel like death. We're not leaving the bed. And I was
Oh
like,
my
I might bring you a care
God.
package or whatever this morning is what I was thinking. And then
Yeah.
woke up to hair chaos. And so we're going to do Friendsgiving a different week. We're supposed to go to a birthday party tomorrow, which is another reason why I had to film weirdly. And then literally right before we came in here to sit down, the mom texted me and said, just spiked a fever. And I was like, oh.
Oh my goodness.
We do have a Friendsgiving tomorrow, though, also with our Bible study. So.
Oh my gosh.
That's why I was like, this weekend's I planned this weekend.
Yeah.
And all week I kept thinking, the next person to text me that says we got to do this weekend, I'll be like, when?
I can't.
I don't have enough time.
I'm busy. I
And-
can't do it.
And I still felt that way. And then this morning, I think I was freaking out mentally because I was like, my whole weekend has just kind of crumbled.
Yeah.
And now I'm like, well, what do I do with that time?
Yeah.
I don't know. But yeah, that's what we're doing for.
Well, I hope you have a great Thanksgiving. I'm
Yeah.
sure we'll talk.
And Christmas and all the
Yeah.
holidays. I hope all of our
But
listeners
you people
do too.
watching, we hope you do.
Mhm. In
Because
fact,
me and Karin, we're talking.
the girl whose birthday party we were supposed to go to tomorrow, she was supposed to go with us today too. But it's funny because last week I was like reading over comments in Spotify, and one of them was like, I often find myself trying to fit into small places. And I was like, I think I know who this person is. And I texted Jess and I was like, girl, is this you commenting on our Spotify every week? And she went, yeah.
Yeah.
She goes, I'll be answering you guys on my way to work in the
That
morning
is
and like
so
responding
funny.
to you when you talk. And I was like, oh, I love that. I love that it took me like a year to figure out it was you because she's been commenting being like, I can't believe it's been 6 months. I can't believe it's been 8 months. I can't believe this has been going on for so long. And I'm like, who is this person? And that's someone I see all the time. I'm like, girl, what?
Hey, you know what's crazy is in March it'll be a year, I believe.
Yeah. Oh, I went to
Which
I don't
is
know if I told you
nuts.
this. I went to like a birthday party from the girls' old school this
Mhm.
past summer. And when we were there, the mom was like, I listen to your podcast sometimes. I was like, thank you.
That's funny.
Thanks.
Yeah, Nana
It's-
listens every Friday, and when we don't have a podcast, she's like, "Girl, where's your podcast?"
I know. I'm not going to lie. I have not listened to yesterday's yet because I just
That's okay. That
I
episode
looked real
was
bad.
Dude.
We were so
When
tired.
I was editing that episode, I was like, this is sad. Like, this whole episode is just sad. And
I
I
remember
will
when
say,
we first started filming and we were like, oh, I
Yeah.
started getting up and doing my hair and makeup. And then to see it has unwound to that degree that we're just like, I'm fucking alive. Okay. Be grateful that I made it here and have time to talk about
Yeah.
nothing.
Yeah. And, it doesn't help that I found out about a death 2 days before we recorded.
Yeah, that's so wild.
So, and you can definitely tell that I'm still processing
Mm-hmm.
it, like on my face when we were recording, and I was like, the whole time I'm editing, I'm like, I just look like I'm not even there, really.
Man, I told Sean about that situation too, and I was like, "That it's so insane." He goes, "It sounds like a topic you guys need to talk about." I was like, "I
No, I
don't think
would
we can."
never. But
No,
I mean, without saying things, yeah, you could be like, it's a
no,
fear
I have a
for
juicy
sure.
one. All right. Well, have a great holiday season, and we will see you guys after the new year.
Bye.
Bye.